Welcome back to the Zay's World channel. My name is Zay. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And today we've got a different type of video because it is 1:26 in the morning on Saturday, April 19th, which means yes, the NBA playoffs begin today. My favorite time of the year. You guys already know, Boston Celtics fan here, so defending NBA champions. Now, before we get into that, make sure that you guys, of course, do like, comment, and subscribe to the Zay's World channel. Keep up with everything that you guys have seen. I hope you guys have liked the content on the channel. We will have more coming in the future. As of right now, we haven't finished. You guys haven't seen the finishing of, The Walking Dead and I think it's BioShock, as well as right now. Oh yeah, Alan Wake 2, but we got gameplay for you guys in the future. But yes, it is 1:26 in the morning. I just have the energy to do this. So anyways, let's get into it, but let's just address what's going on here. As you can see here on the left, we have my predictions for what the Western and Eastern Conference was going to be for this year. If we do a quick comparison, I clearly did not have the Cavaliers very high on the list. So I thought they were going to be like a 4th, 5th seed before the season started. I was wrong. They indeed were looking like the best team in the East. Now, of course, they were on the I think like 15 game plus winning streaks, and they still ended up finishing like, I don't know, like they ended up finishing less than only like 3 games ahead of the Celtics. So, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I think they've looked strong this year, but we'll get into the Cavs when we get into the rankings. Surprises this year, let's just address it as it is. Philadelphia, trash. Philadelphia, you absolutely disappointed me. I thought you were at least going to be, as you can see here in the play-in, you weren't even in the play-in. You are completely down here. You're fighting for Cooper Flag. All right. Speaking of Cooper Flag, look, at the end of the day, big players make big plays in big moments, and you did not against Houston. And at the end of the day, I just can't get that out of my mind. I can't believe that happened. Only for Houston to blow it and lose to Florida. Anyway, Atlanta, I was pretty close with this. I had high hopes for Charlotte, and I was wrong. Charlotte is still trash, as I predicted it. But, of course, the biggest surprise is, of course, the Detroit Pistons. Very, very happy for them. Very happy for Cade Cunningham. Isaiah Stewart, I don't understand. Bad boy Pistons, let's just hope there's not another Malice in the Palace. But yeah, the Bucks are kind of where I thought they would be. The Magic, I had high hopes for them, but maybe it's because Jalen Suggs is a little bit injured. And the Knicks kind of fell where I thought they would be as well. But I'd say that's pretty good. Western Conference, I got the 1st seed right. I got Oklahoma City as the 1st seed right. Denver, I mean, really, let's be honest here. Besides OKC, the Western Conference is just stacked. It's just absolutely stacked. I mean, that's crazy. The difference between the 2nd seed and the 8th is only like 4 games. That's really nuts to me. So, but hey, it's the Wild Wild West for a reason. Clearly I was wrong about the Clippers. I thought the Clippers were going to fall off this year. And one of my favorite players, Kawhi, looking pretty good. I was definitely wrong about the Phoenix Suns. I had the Phoenix Suns at least getting into the actual playoffs. I thought that the team of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant was going to be enough, but man, I mean, Bradley Beal, let's just be honest now, got the worst contract in the league, and that no trade clause, he's going to be a Sun for life regardless, because it's up to him. I mean, that's just what he wants to do. Dallas, did not expect you guys to trade Luka Doncic in the middle of the season. That's crazy, and that's kind of what elevated the Lakers up this year as well. Sacramento, Golden State Warriors, they're like the cockroach of the NBA. They find a way into these rankings as it is. Houston, I was wrong about you, and I apologize. And I don't know why I was so wrong about Houston, because they have Ime Udoka. I thought they were a year off from looking as good as they do this year, but no, they have proved themselves as one of the premier NBA teams, as one of the premier Western Conference juggernauts moving forward. Now that we got that out the way and you guys can see what I got right and got wrong, let's get on to our predictions. Now, we're going to go ahead and start out as we are on the official NBA Pick'em Bracket Challenge. We're going to go through each one that we need to go through. First off, Thunder versus Grizzlies. Yeah, I mean, let's just be real here. It really didn't matter who was coming out that play-in. I'm taking the Thunder, and I'm taking the Thunder in a sweep pretty easily. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He will be the MVP of the season. I would definitely say he is the MVP of the season, just slightly over Jokic. But I mean, Jokic is phenomenal. Like, he's Like, what he's doing is absolutely unbelievable, but I got to give it to Shea. Like, at the end of the day, the offense moves primarily through him. A part of me, if it was a healthier job, maybe he gets a game, but I'm sorry. At the end of the day, OKC just knows how to win. They almost got 70 wins this season. They're going to steamroll the Grizzlies pretty quickly. I don't even think the Grizzlies get close. I think that the Thunder blow them out by double digits each and every single game. All right, next up in the Western Conference is going to be the Nuggets and the Clippers. Holy crap. This is the one that I'm really excited for. Of course, you guys know that the Nuggets fired Mike Malone like 3 days before the season was over. That was crazy. I did not expect. Oh, also, Taylor Jenkins got fired. I think it was like 9 games before the season was over. So I don't know what the hell's going on with these NBA coaches and GMs, and I don't know what's going on this year. But if your job is not safe, very surprised, the winningest coach in Denver Nuggets history and the coach that got you your first title doesn't keep his job for more than 2 years. That's nuts. But hey, maybe he lost the locker room, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, when it comes to Nuggets and Clippers, very close, as you can see, 56 to 44% of fans, but because of course, you can't really go against Nikola Jokic that much, but at the end of the day, this is definitely a get back specifically for Kawhi in the bubble of blowing that 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. And even though they do have looks like a healthy Jamal Murray coming back, I'm sorry, there is something, and I know it's hard to pick the Clippers because they have a lot of injury bugs, and it seems like they got a curse on them that never allows them to look successful at any point. The most successful they ever looked was when they were going against the Suns in the Western Conference Finals in the year after the bubble, and they just couldn't get it done because Kawhi wasn't in that series. And I still believe to this day that the Clippers definitely would have beaten the Suns and went on to the NBA Finals, and it would have been Clippers versus Bucks. And I would definitely pick Kawhi Leonard over Giannis Antetokounmpo back in 2021 to win that title. That's just what it is. Kawhi looks great. He looks healthy. He looks better than he's ever looked in his career over the last few years now. And Jokic is going to put up some great games. He is. I feel like he's going to have to average a 40-point triple-double for this. And don't get me wrong, Jamal Murray does rise up pretty well in the playoffs, but I don't think he's going to rise up just enough to do what needs to be done for them to overcome the Clippers. Plus, the real game of this matchup is coaching. I'm going to trust Ty Lue, who is great at making game-to-game adjustments, over the current Nuggets coach. His name is, don't blame me for not knowing the Nuggets coach, because literally, I think he only coached like a high school game before this as a head coach. So, of course, he's the assistant coach, but now he's the interim head coach. But at the end of the day, coaching is going to be a huge matter, and you can only rely on Nikola Jokic doing Nikola Jokic things for so long. Zubac is really good. Look out for him. And at the end of the day, X Factor is going to be Norman Powell in this too. I think at the end of the day, if you're telling me I'm going to take Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, who isn't the best playoff performer, so he really has to show up here. But he's going to give you at least one game of a 40-point game. He did it when he was in Philly against the Celtics. He's done it before where he's given you a good James Harden game. So, but he doesn't have to do as much as normal here than he normally has to do in previous years. But yeah, Clippers, I'm going to go ahead and take them in 6. I'm going to give Nikola Jokic 2 fantastic earth-shattering games that really change up what you guys see. Next up here, the most watched series of the first round. Let's just be real here. It's LeBron James and Luka Doncic versus really just Anthony Edwards. Because who the hell cares about Rudy Gobert? No, but seriously, he's going to get absolutely cooked by Luka. Nothing's going to change here. I can't believe that Luka's facing against the team that he beat in, I think it was in 5 last year against the Wolves. Yeah, I think it was in 5. He beat this same Wolves team in 5, but without Karl Anthony Towns. And now he has LeBron James, one of, if not the greatest NBA player of all time, with him, and Austin Reeves, who's just one of the 2 to 3 best third options in the NBA currently. So, I mean, let's just be real here. It's not necessarily an experience thing. I'm just gonna say it as it needs to be. I mean, come on now. I mean, I want to say 6 games. But we all know the same. Lakers in 5. Come on now, Lakers in 5. I didn't have one on the top of my head to think about that. But let's just be real here. It's Lakers in 5. At the end of the day, I do trust Anthony Edwards to at least get a game, but I think that Luka and LeBron are 2 phenomenal players that are not going to allow themselves to have an early round series go too long. and they kind of got slim pickings with the Wolves at first. Wolves are playing great. Oh, and also, don't trust Julius Randle in the playoffs. I trust Julius Randle far less in the playoffs than I do a James Harden. So that's just how it is. I'm just comparing those two because I was just thinking about them. Now here's where we get really interesting. Rockets versus Warriors. Wow, a lot of people pick the Warriors, and I understand that because it doesn't really matter what iteration of the Rockets there is, whether it's the James Harden and Chris Paul Rockets, whether it's just the James Harden without Chris Paul because he's injured all the time Rockets, or whether it's now the Amen Thompson, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, and Alfred Şengün Rockets. And Jalen Green Rockets. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I really do like Ime Udoka, but there's something about the half-court offense of the Rockets that scares me, and I just don't trust them. I mean, you got to win 4 games against Steph Curry, and not just Steph Curry, against Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, who we've already seen in the playoff game. Come on now, we've seen Jimmy Butler rise. I've never seen a player rise in the playoffs as much as he does. So I'm gonna have to give the nod to the Warriors here, but I'm gonna give the Rockets some respect. I think it's gonna take the Warriors 6 games. This is gonna be very probably reminiscent of the Warriors versus Sacramento a couple of years ago in the first round. That's the last time Sacramento even looked relevant. I'm sorry, Sacramento. That's the last time y'all looked like you had a chance of looking like an actual playoff team. Now you gotta go ahead and rebuild because you look like the Chicago Bulls of the West. Anyways, damn, that was some really bad Sacramento hate there. But hey, it is what it is. But when it comes to the Warriors, you can't bet against Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. And even as great as Alfred Şengün looks, Draymond Green is going to find a way to Draymond Green up the game and really mess with the rhythm of Şengün. I know Amen Thompson is going to wear the hell out of Steph, but you've got to win 4 games against them. And I think they can only get 2. At most. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 5, but I'm being generous by giving them 6 because I think Emo's going to coach really, really well. I think Ime wants to get back at Steve Kerr very much so for that 2022 NBA Finals. Now let's go ahead and go to the Eastern Conference where we've got the Cavaliers and the Heat. Let's just keep it real now, Cavs in 4. I don't trust Bam Adebayo. He's gonna get beat the hell up. Pause. By Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. He is. I mean, they play 2 bigs. Like, Kenny Atkinson likes to play 2 bigs, and I feel like that's really going to mess with Bam a lot. He can pull out and shoot the 3, but at the end of the day, if he needs to get in the paint, it's going to be really hard for him to get in the paint. And come on, it's Tyler Hero, man. I don't trust Tyler Hero to rise up and be this great scorer that's going to be able to get the Heat even a game. I think it's going to be blowouts very, very early, and I think it's going to be the least watched of the series. Now let's get on to the Pacers versus Bucks. Wow, a lot of people seem to be picking the Bucks. A lot of people have been saying that Giannis needs to and probably will go on a 2018 LeBron James run. He is phenomenal. I think people really don't understand. Don't take Giannis Antetokounmpo for granted. He is a superstar, and he really can. He not only gets in the paint very easily, but he can dominate a game whenever he wants to. I hear some reports that Dame might be coming back for game 2, so if he does, that changes a lot of things. I'm thinking that the pacing of how the Pacers actually play, since it's so fast and it can wear out opponents so quickly, it's really going to eat up the Bucks a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, this is a different Bucks team than what they had last year. Even the coaching staff when they got beat by the Pacers in the first round in 5. So I just believe in the Pacers being able to get this done. The Pacers, I know that they had their own run in the Eastern Conference, and people kind of think it was a little bit fluky for them to make the Eastern Conference Finals, but that experience really goes well for them. I know the Bucks won a championship, so it's like, what the fuck am I talking about? You know, like the Bucks won a title just not too long ago, but I don't trust Damian Lillard to come back healthy and be able to help out this Bucks team. However, I'm going to give Giannis a hell of a lot of respect, and I'm going to say the Pacers are going to win it in 6. I think Giannis is going to have to average, like Jokic, a 40-point triple-double. I think that Brook Lopez is going to have to play out of his mind, which he kind of has a little bit, and Bobby Portis is going to have to show up. I know that he took those 25 games, and he wasn't really playing for a while, and he's been on the team for a few years, so me saying that, like, oh, he's out of his rhythm and whatnot can affect him. But, you know, maybe if anything, the 25 games helped him. But I trust the Pacers more. I trust the Pacers more. They really know how to play the Bucks, especially in the playoffs, and I just think they're going to get it done. Now, let's get on to what is a very surprising series, which is going to be the Knicks versus the Pistons. I think, like, general NBA fans, casual fans, are going to be very, very intrigued to see how the actual Pistons play, because most people probably don't watch the Pistons games outside of Pistons fans and people who really dive into the NBA. Understandably so. They don't get a lot of, you know, love on like national TV games, and they did only win like I think 14 or 15 games last year. So what a turnaround for them to be able to do this. That being said, I've always been hard on the Knicks, especially with I call him the Penguin, Tom Thibodeau, because it reminds me of the Penguin, but of how much he plays his guys, and it really does affect them. Like, they really don't make it out that second round, regardless whoever they play, because they're just so dang tired, because they play like 40 minutes a night, and the bench doesn't seem like it has as much depth. But Karl Anthony Towns is really, really good. And at the end of the day, this just comes down to experience. I feel like the Knicks are going to be able to get done what they need to get done. I'm going to say Knicks in 5. I think that the Pistons are certainly going to muck it up, right? But I think that I trust Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns over Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, and Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley is going to have a really good series. I feel like he's going to play really well, but I do need Mikal Bridges to step up his defensive game if that shot's not falling as well as it needs to. And of course, you guys already know, I mean, damn, y'all. Is that the biggest discrepancy of all these, 99-1? Yeah, that is. Wow. Hey. Come on now. I'm going to take the Celtics in 5. Only reason why I'm taking the Celtics in 5 is because they do this every year. They always find a way to drop one game to a team that they don't need to be dropping a game to. But defensively, the Magic know how to play the Celtics a little bit. But offensively, they can't shoot to save their damn life. So that's just going to be how the first round goes. Those are my thoughts on the NBA playoffs for what's going to be going down. I could be wrong, I could be right, and y'all let me know what you guys think. If you are a fan of any of these teams, especially my Celtics gang, please let me know your thoughts. Let me know your picks in the comments below. One question for you guys on the Zay's World channel for my NBA people is, which NBA player are you most excited to see have the NBA playoff moment in the playoffs? You know how Anthony Edwards a couple of years ago was doing the DX chop, or it was last year, was doing the DX chop against the Suns when he was sweeping them. Like, I feel like that was hilarious. Like, that was such a great moment for him. Who are you expecting to show out the most? What are you looking forward to for these NBA playoffs? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video and picking mine out, of course, when it comes to all these playoff breakdowns that you've probably seen. Can't wait to see how these NBA playoffs turn out. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you guys next time. As always, my name's been Zay, and peace out.